Hi everybody, this is Marieta, founder of ImmigrationBiz, business immigration attorney, and in today's video I do want to give you update about the H1B visa, specifically selection process, because if you remember about 2 months ago I released video that I'm going to link here for you so you can look for it. Either it's going to be in description below this video or it's going to be a link to this video. Go ahead and check out that video where I did explain the upcoming proposed changes for H1B visa, and this is concerning specifically the selection process, because if you know, H1B visa certainly has the selection process, the sort of random lottery selection process, and this proposed rule is going to impact the way H1B visas are being processed from now on. So as you can see, this was released on January 7th, 2021, and it is the final rule. So we are going to discuss this final rule and also what should you expect. But basically, just to give you the overview, no changes, meaning the proposed rule will stay in place, and I'm also going to discuss the date when it goes to effect and when can we expect these changes impacting you guys. And before I even start, I do want to mention that, you know, I've been through this process myself a long time ago when I graduated law in the United States, and I was looking for H1B visa sponsor, and back then I couldn't really find H1B visa sponsor, and then finally I actually, literally this was days before my OPT was about to expire, I finally found a sponsor willing to sponsor me on H1B. And then when we got the request for additional evidence, this guy just disappeared, and that is a reason why I started my business. And so if you are somebody who is currently thinking to apply for H1B and this rule is not really favoring you, meaning you are on that entry level, level 1 or level 2, wage level 1 or wage level 2, you don't really have that many options, because this rule is really proposed and in a way favoring the higher wages, meaning wage level 4 or wage level 3, and then they go down. So obviously this is concerning people who are interested to apply for H1B visas. Each year you can apply for H1B visa starting April 1st, right? And by the way, it is going to be effective starting, I think, in March. So we will discuss everything you need to know. So let's overview what's going on here. So here, as you can see, USCIS has announced final rule that modify the H1B cap selection process, amend current lottery procedures and priority wages to protect the economic interests of US workers. So this is understandable, right? They want to really prevent that abuse of the H1B visas that was going on. H1B temporary visa program has been exploited and abused by employers primarily seeking to fill entry-level positions and reduce overall business costs, said USCIS Deputy Director. So yes, that's true. And to be honest, you know, from my own experience, that wasn't necessarily true back then, which was 2010 year, which was 10 years ago, 2011. Back then, market was for unemployed lawyers, and I was competing with other lawyers, and I couldn't really secure position where they would give me a wage salary that was pretty high for attorney back then. So I had to start my own business, and I kind of reinvented myself and got myself the E2 investor visa. And that is the reason why I started to offer E2 visa for other people. And by the way, for those who are interested to find out more, I will be posting useful trainings below this video, free training. Go ahead, check it out, and just see what are the other options for you. If you are a young student who is looking for ways to stay in US legally, there might be a way for you to start a business and get going. That is exactly what I did. And that's how I established myself 10 years ago, when I was facing pretty much the same struggle that you guys might be facing right now. So the current H1B random selection process makes it difficult for businesses to plan their hiring, fails to leverage the program to compete for the best and brightest international workforce. So yeah, what's going on with H1B visa? And this has been going on for a couple of years now, because there is the cap, 85,000 visas per year. Usually more than 200,000 people apply each year for this visa category. Actually, last year, I think it was 270,000. So out of the 270,000, they had to do the random selection. And many times, obviously, they select wage level 1, wage level 2, and then the wage levels 3 and 4, because it's random selection, don't have a chance. So what is that intention and thinking behind this change and this final rule is really to give preference to wages level 4 and 3, right? So as a result, what's going to happen is that the US employers will obviously think twice before they hire you guys, right? And number two, it's going to be rather challenging for some of you guys straight out of school to find employment when it comes to wage level 3 or 4, because these are usually managerial positions, right? And it's rather difficult and challenging to find a job right away after you're done with your school. So the way I see this is that yes, it's certainly protecting the US market. It's giving opportunity for US citizens to find their entry-level positions, but it's not really favoring students, and it's not also favoring the US employers, right? Because, US employers, like in my case, this was 10 years ago, the difficulty I had myself was because no law firm or mid-sized small law firm would hire me and pay me salary of $150,000 a year, period. And because of that, I was competing with a bunch of other American lawyers, unemployed lawyers, because this was right after the economic bubble bursted. And it was just super challenging. And so I was literally forced to start my business and get the E2 visa going and so on. So really, guys, this is same scenario that you're going through right now. In fact, this is going to be confirmed by this final rule. So let's take a look at the final rule, just so you guys understand what I'm talking about. So yes, this is the final rule. The publication date was January 8th, 2021. And here you can see the effective date. So the effective date is going to be March 9th, 2021. So that being said, when you are applying this year, April 1st, this rule will be in place. Obviously, this rule, they will apply only if more people than 85,000 applicants will apply for H1B visa. So here you can see the summary, which I'm not going to read for you. The date, the final rule effective day is March 9th, 2021. Here we can see the table of content. And you guys go ahead, you can even read it. What I will do, I will actually link this below this video. If you are interested to read it, go ahead, you can check it out. It's a long document, which we're not going to read. So here's the background and discussion. You can even see some of the comments that actually are included in this final rule. And if you're just looking for a short summary, you can go ahead and check out that old video that I mentioned, because in that old video I did discuss what is this proposed rule about. So here you can see the implementation. The changes in this final rule will apply to all registrations or petition in the event that registration is suspended, including those for the advanced degree exemption submitted on or after the effective date of the final rule. So yes, you will be submitting your applications April 1st. That's how it is every single year. It is also impacting the advanced degree, meaning the master CAP category and also the regular CAP category. The treatment of registration and petition filed prior to the effective date of this final rule will be based on the regulatory requirements in place at the time the registration or petition is properly submitted. DHS has determined that this manner of implementation best balances operational consideration. Now, let's take a look at the H1B visa program overview. So this program allows US employers to temporarily hire foreign workers to perform services in specialty occupations, services related to the US Department of Defense, cooperative research development project or co-production project, or services of distinguished merit and ability in the field of fashion modeling. Specialty occupation is defined as occupation that requires theoretical and practical application of a body of highly specialized knowledge. Number two, attain of a bachelor or higher degree in the specific specialty or its equivalent as a minimum qualification for entry into occupation in the United States. Here we go. Congress has established limits on the number of workers. So we already know that, which is the 65 cap for H1B visa workers who earn qualifying master or higher degree. Then there is additional 20. So together is 85,000. Now, you already understand the current selection process, right? The current selection process is such: you apply and then they pull random selection, they implement random selection, and then they pull out of this lottery random application, regardless of the wage level. This was how it was done so far, especially when the limit is exceeded. So if more than 85,000 people apply for H1B, they will have to do this random selection. Now, what they want to do, what they're proposing to do, is to change this system, right? So they will give preference to wage level number 4, okay, and then they go down. So from wage level number 4, they go down to wage level number 3, and then they go down to wage level number 2, unless they already use up all the cap, right? So this means, guys, again, I'm not going to read all these comments here because it's super long document, but essentially what it means is that if you find the obviously, if you have the qualification, if you have the specialty knowledge, if you are within the H1B visa category and you are you can apply for H1B visa because of your qualification, because of your degree, right? Because of your experience. And you find the employer who is willing to pay you that salary, you're good to go, right? However, if you are somebody who is just starting out, meaning you just finished, you graduated your school and you're looking for entry-level position, you might have a difficulty to actually, number one, be selected in this lottery, and number two, find an employer who is willing to undergo this challenge. And for that matter, that being said, you might find yourself in a situation that is difficult. And for those people, I highly recommend to check out that webinar, how you can actually start your own business, small business, and how you can apply for E2 visa instead. And the link is going to be below this video. And for those who need to consult with me, I'm also going to be posting a link to book a consultation below this video. And you will also find links to these documents as well. Otherwise, leave a comment below. Let us know what you think. And stay tuned for my upcoming videos. Also, check out the video recently that I posted on H1B visa news. And that's all I got for you today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Stay safe, stay well, and I see you soon. Bye-bye.